Good afternoon, everybody. It is 2:19 p.m., 2:20 p.m. on Monday, September 13th, and what a weekend it has been. Man, not just in Bitcoin, but Buckeyes lost, Utes lost, Browns lost, although they almost beat the Chiefs, a few mistakes away. Anyways, with all that going on, Bitcoin is just deciding to act extremely erratically, and we're going to tell exactly what's going on, and it's nothing that I haven't mentioned before. I think it just keeps proving my thesis correct, and we'll see how it plays out. So we're going to talk Bitcoin. We're going to talk about 5 really strong altcoins, and we're going to talk about that right after we go over a few news articles, some big manipulation today. If you haven't heard, I'm sure you've heard about it, but if you haven't, it was a big deal. And I'll tell you why it's a big deal. So if that interests you, hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it greatly. Also remember that none of this is to be considered financial advice. Do your own research. Everything in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. I'm just a trader, not a financial advisor, but I do have my opinions and I do want to share them. So let's get started. Okay, so here it is. Huge pump and dump. I don't know if it was a hack or what, but false news got put out. Fake news. Litecoin price surges 35% following Walmart adoption hoax. So what happened is news came out, and it was globnewswire.com. So it's a official news source from my understanding, so no reason to believe that it wasn't true. I heard about it. I didn't find out about it till I got onto Twitter. Heard about it. And I looked into it. It was on Litecoin's Twitter page. It was I went to my TD Ameritrade app, and it was under Walmart's PRs. So there was no reason not to believe this. I chased a little bit, not a lot. Lost a few $100s, not bad, but could have been a lot worse. I get scared to buy when something's up that much. But with something like this, you figure, well, it's going to keep running. That's a big deal. And my first initial reaction was, why Litecoin? And Litecoin is basically Bitcoin with a higher supply and different block times. So more blocks per minute or whatever. I forget exactly how long per block. But anyways, that's really the only difference that Litecoin has to Bitcoin. So here's what happened. Is check out that daily candle. Let's go to a shorter time frame. 1 hour, right? 1 hour up, 1 hour down. Went from a low of, where is that at? 173.1 to a high of 240. And the surprising thing is it's up from where it was, probably because Bitcoin's still up a little bit, so it's just moving in relative to Bitcoin. But if you look at this candle, right, and you look at this volume, 5.242 million coins, at the price between 180 and 240. That's around $1 billion of volume that got bought and sold. So huge news. This is not good for crypto, something like this. Because what's the easiest way to manipulate a market is put out a fake press release. And that's exactly what happened. So not a positive thing for the crypto world. Actually, one of the bigger deals, I think, out of all the manipulation. I mean, we've seen like altcoins go down 99%, just completely rug pull and screw people over. But I think this is overall, because it's such a big name, Litecoin. Yeah, I'm just not happy about this. Not that I lost money. We lose money on trades. That's fine. And I took a chance to chase. And luckily I followed my rules. And when I chase, I don't go big. And when I chase, I get out early. Well, actually, the rule is don't chase. So I didn't really follow my rules, but I treaded carefully. Anyways, a loss is a loss. I'm over it. And it wasn't that much. So moving on to some positive things, right? So we have Coinbase plans to raise $1.5 billion via debt offering. So wasn't paying attention to the stock today. Usually an offering drops the price of the stock. I'm not watching the stock market. So not really paying attention to that. I should be paying attention to Coinbase more. But the big thing is this is kind of a big deal because they say, they're going to be investing into cryptocurrency every single month, I believe it is. But the new raise specifically aims to offer a $1.5 billion aggregate principal amount of the company's senior notes due 2028 and 2031, which will be fully guaranteed by Coinbase Inc., a wholly owned Coinbase subsidiary acting as its holding company. The interest rate, redemption provisions, and other terms of the raise are subject to negotiations between the firm and initial purchasers. So they say that crypto exchange is looking to use the capital raised to further grow the company's balance sheet for general corporate purposes, as well as potential investments and acquisitions of other companies, products, or technology. Coinbase said the closing of the offering is subject to market and other conditions, the firm noted. So investments and acquisitions of other companies, products, or technology. So Coinbase is acting. They are taking action. If you have been paying attention to FTX, they've been buying. They've been buying cryptocurrencies and they've been buying companies. It looks like Coinbase wants to plan to do the same. They don't want to fall behind. They want to be a major player, and they are. Largest in the world. So that's kind of important. Lastly, just to throw this out there, MicroStrategy doles out $240 million on additional Bitcoin purchase. The company's Q3 Bitcoin spend now stands at $420 million following the latest Bitcoin acquisition. They're at an average of 27,713 per Bitcoin, and they now hold 114,042 Bitcoin. So that's quite a large bet on Bitcoin. He's pretty confident in that. So those are the three news articles I wanted to share with you. I wanted to talk about the Litecoin thing. Moving on to Bitcoin. What the heck has been happening? Check out the 30-minute chart and look at this. So this is when Litecoin, was announced a partnership with Walmart and vice versa. And this is when it was found out to be fake, or when they started dumping before it was released that it was fake. And then this is Sunday. Dumps down, cracks below the trend line, breaks back above, runs up. Okay, everything's fine. Looks like we got a higher high, and then dumps back down. So what the heck is happening? Well, if you've watched my videos before, you know what my theory is on this. They're getting rid of all the leveraged traders. I take that back. All the over-leveraged traders. For a 2 times leveraged trader be liquidated, the price has to drop 50% without them selling. That's a long ways down. That's difficult to do. For a 10 times leveraged trader, has to drop 10% and boom, it's all gone. So just to share the amount of liquidations in the past 24 hours, this was at 9:11 a.m. this morning. So all of Sunday and all of this morning was 664.2 million. I forget what I mentioned it was in the video the other day. 150,558 traders were liquidated. If you're trading margin right now, it's in and out. I said that in the last video. Not going to let you make money long term now that they got their hands in there. There's no way the price could run up when you have 1,000% leveraged traders with the ability to sell. So if you want the price to run up, you got to get rid of that. It's kind of like a penny stock. Get rid of all the money in there. Make it really easy to buy up the ask, and then say, well, I told you should have held. But yeah, so if you're trading leverage, stay small, get in, get out. That's where you got to be. But that's what's happening. That is, I'm fully convinced that's what happened. That is what's happening, and that we are on our way to a major bull run. I think it's going to be very short, very quick. 30, 60 days, and I think it'll happen 30, 60 days from now. Why do I think that? Let's take a look at 2017. We had a run up, same thing. Where is it? July, basically a bottom in July. We made a high of, I remember this day. Oh, I remember this. This was just before my bachelor party. Yeah, June 18th was my bachelor party, 2017. I was down in Vegas. And it was, it was really good because I made money, but then it was like Litecoin doubled after I sold it. And, had this dump then all the way to July 16th, where then we ran up all the way to the beginning of September, took a 40% dump, right? Shook everybody out. And then we had this major bull run. Slowly rose up into November, dropped down in the 50-day moving average. Obviously, we dropped below the 50 and 200 days, so little differences there. And then we just, from November 13th-ish to, so a little over a month, 30 days, went on that huge run. Actually, let's say December 6th, so not even a month, because that was almost as high as the double top. Anyways, when we look at it today, we went from middle July all the way up to early September. We took about a 20% drop. What is that, 52 to 43, 42, something like that. So about more like a 20% drop. Not saying that it's over. I think that 43.5-ish, or no, I'm sorry, that 43,000 level is really important. Specifically 42,830. That's got to hold. I don't have a line there. I don't know why. That's very important there. All right, and right now, you thought this was it, but this is just a higher low right now. I could probably change up these lines a little bit because we are forming a little differently now. Yeah, so we'll watch how that plays out, and I'm fully expecting this to run in the next 30 days. I am. So I think you got a little bit of time to set up your portfolio how you want to. And, this is just a guess, but I've been here before, and I think that I'm right on this. I've been wrong before, so I always prepare for being wrong. I've been wrong many times. Just ask my wife. I'm always wrong. Well, not that I'm always wrong. It's just she's always right, and I will always treat it that way. I've gotten smart over the years. Anyways, that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. We did break down from that bear pennant, but we bounced right back up, and that's not the first time we did that. We had that happen right back here, come down, bounce up hard, run. So any breakdown from a bear pennant, bear flag, that's kind of what I'm watching for. And it looked like an overcorrection. So getting in, before we get into altcoins, I'll jump back to this in a second. First of all, looked like an overcorrection. Actually, I'll go over it right now. It looked like an overcorrection because here's where we were at. Litecoin news came out. Litecoin fake news came out, and then we dropped down below where we were at. So that's when I was like, yeah, this is probably an overcorrection. What would I look to buy? Had to act a little quick. Was a little late, but entered into this Elrond trade. It was just like, looking at a higher low, overcorrection. Definitely, wanted to look to buy a dip, and that's not Elrond. Here it is. I got in at 202, and I was looking at 197, and I just couldn't pull the trigger fast enough. But still, we're at 227 now. And what was the low down to? 198 on Coinbase. So it was 197 on Binance. But yeah, I was watching it there, and it was, waited, saw it come back above 2, saw Bitcoin starting to come back up, hold above, 43,000, and pulled the trigger and put a 5% stop loss downside in. Anyways, to move beyond that, wanted to get into altcoins and show you 5 of them that have been performing really strongly. That's not saying that they're going to continue performing, but this has been an incredible ride. And just to show you, even after today and the whippiness, to show you the strength of the market, let's first look at Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance, looks to be in an H. Could be making a double bottom here. So this is the key line you want to watch. Bitcoin dominance breaks down even further. Alts are going to fly. And if it bounces up, Bitcoin, you never know when Bitcoin dominance is coming up, because Bitcoin dominance easily goes up when Bitcoin drops, because Bitcoin drops and then altcoins drop like twice as much, if not more. looking at the crypto market cap, we had a similar pattern, but well above the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, unlike Bitcoin, which is below the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, and we want to get back above there. This could just be a shakeout. This is getting rid of the leveraged traders, over leveraged traders, liquidations and stop losses. That's, with no real news. I mean, we had the Litecoin thing, but with no real news, that's the only thing that could really cause these kind of drops, is just owning the markets with a lot of money and, just destroying the over leveraged traders. So looking at Ethereum, again, same pattern as Bitcoin, except, again, above the 50, above the 200 days. So showing a little bit more strength over the last 60 days or so, 90, 120 days or so. That's really all I want to touch on Ethereum. Ethereum's just been kind of chilling, gone up a little bit as Bitcoin went up, took a huge drop. It seems that the other layer ones like Solana, Elrond Gold, Cosmos, Algorand, if I'm forgetting something, I apologize, but those are the ones that people are migrating to because of the gas fees on Ethereum. Now, I have a theory on Ethereum. I'm going to share that at the end of the video. A very, very, very bullish scenario, but I'm going to share that at the end. Let's get into these 5 altcoins real quick that have been performing really well. The first one is Luna. I struggled to make money on Luna in the past just because I couldn't get a feel for it, and it had pretty wide choppy swings and volatility. Didn't get in this low, but did get in around 10. I've been holding it ever since, and I've been trading it ever since, and I've it's been one of the ones that kind of move on its own, not really having to be in unison with Bitcoin. Usually when Bitcoin drops, everything drops. When Bitcoin goes up, not necessarily everything goes up. But sometimes there's a random case. This was one of those random cases, and it just went up from $5 to over 40. So 800%, not bad. It looks like we might be forming a falling wedge here. That's what I'll be watching for, and I'll be watching for it to come down to this trend line. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it holds support right here from this previous high of 36.89. The next one that's looking strong is polkadot. Man, and this is just an upward trend channel trader. Look at this. Trend up, broke out, came back down. Usually when we break up, the higher above this up top part of the trend line wants to gravitate like a magnet back down into it. Just gets extended, and now we're in a bigger, wider channel, so expect more volatility, but we're putting in new local highs, and it is just slowly grinding up, and that's what I'd look for it to continue to do. I think it will. If the Bitcoin theory of mine is proven right, it will have a large pop, just like other altcoins will as well. Now, almost like its sister coin is Kusama, and a little bit different pattern. It is in an uptrend. As you can see, I don't have the lines drawn out because it's not as clearly defined. But one of the most opportunistic coins, I think, because as of some point yesterday, it was only number 50 in market cap, where Polkadot is number 6, and it kind of bounces back and forth. Might be 7 now, might be 5 now, might be 8 now, I don't know, but it's normally sitting around that number 6 spot. So a lot more upward potential. They're both in the parachain game, and Kusama is a little ahead as far as their roadmap, and Polkadot's working the same way, but I think Polkadot's a little more popular, a little more idealistic to jump into, but both of them, to bid for these parachains and to win a parachain auction, people stake Kusama or people stake Polkadot with these coins that are looking to get on there, and when they win, that staking is automatically locked for that project and yourself for 48 weeks, and you also get rewarded in the coin that whose project wins the auction to get that parachain. So for 48 weeks it gets locked. So eventually there's going to be less and less supply, more and more supply is going to be locked up. This is why I really like these two, Polkadot and Kusama, is because the supply in circulation is slowly and slowly going to get smaller and smaller, which means the price should go up. Obviously everything's still dependent on Bitcoin, but if we look at like the Bitcoin pair, so KSM BTC, that should go up and over time, still, show good price action. Anyways, that's why I like those two. I'm not doing any staking like that. I just trade and invest. But anyways, moving on, Elrond, this trade. Elrond has been on an incredible run. Very nice run. Like I said, it hit a low today. They took it right under $2. Still holding this. I've moved my stop up into profit. That's what I like, where I like to be in a trade. This has been a monster. Just a huge run. From, where is that? In beginning of August, it was around 79 cents, and now it's $2.26. Looking nice, and move this thing out of the way. Got the wrong one here. Horizontal array. We want to get it back above there, we got, looks like good support right there, 3 times, 1, 2, 3. May trade within a range for a while. I don't know, while these moving averages catches up, or it could come down. If it breaks out, I'd expect, not a long time over the course of, days, maybe a few days, but that's what look for in there. Thing I like about this is look at the volume. Just look at the previous volume in the past, and look at this volume here. Last time we saw this volume, was around here. A little bit right there, but around right here where we went from 32 to $1.86. So big volume. It is rising. Want to see today finish green. Still got 3.5 hours left. We'll see. Will it happen? I don't know. Maybe not. The thing that I do like also is this bounced right off. Can't see right now. I don't have the chart pulled up on Binance. The 7-day moving average. I talk about that a lot. The 7, the 25, and the 99 being the default moving averages on Binance, which I still believe is the second largest exchange in the world. So a lot of people are going to be watching that by default. Last one I don't talk about enough, is Cosmos. Adam, I did mention Cosmos, and I mentioned Akash on there, and stuff building on the Cosmos ecosystem and other layer ones. But, I never really got into this. I have a pretty large portfolio, and I have too many coins probably. So I have been actually consolidating those and cutting down on the amount of coins that I have. But anyways, look at this, breaking out to new all-time highs. Nothing was green today, including this one, and then it turned green. Polkadot turned green. I don't think it still is, as far as the candle, today's daily candle goes. No, it's not. But anyways, that is just awesome strength. Look at this volume right here, just huge volume. We'll see what it does. Like I said, none of these are really like buy. It's just the strength of the altcoin market is still there. There are a lot that haven't taken off yet. So I'm starting to think right now, like, what's going to be the next most popular thing? Maybe a lot of these that are building on these ecosystems, like Cosmos, Elrond, Solana, Elrond Gold, even Cardano. What's going to be building on these, and they've gone up a lot already anyways. But, still Cosmos above the 50 and 200 day. But let's talk before we end the video on Ethereum. So Ethereum, obviously I mentioned that lots moving away from Ethereum, or has, and that's why these layer ones have like exploded. I think it's mainly due to NFTs, because people are spending a boatload of gas fees buying and selling NFTs during the NFT craze. But what caused the Bitcoin crash? It was Elon Musk and Tesla saying they no longer accept Bitcoin, among a few other things previous to that. But that was really like the dagger that brought us down below 30,000, that is. On the B word, I believe it was, Elon Musk mentioned what he owns. He owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, right? He's big on Doge for as a currency to make it. He's doing everything he can. I don't know if it's possible. Not a lot of momentum behind that. His tweets haven't really worked like they have in the past to get people excited about it. Bitcoin, holding it on his books and personally as store value, I guess, and Ethereum. I thought it was really interesting that Elon Musk owns Ethereum. So clearly he is progressive and wants to move forward with technology, and he wants to accept Bitcoin or whatever. Maybe he wants to accept Dogecoin, I don't know. But it's not energy efficient, and he runs a very green company that gets government subsidies, and now they make money selling cars too. So very, very rich man, richest in the world, believe he still is. But he can't have a green company in electric vehicles taking a currency that is very energy inefficient through the mining of it. So what's happening with Ethereum late in the year is they are moving from proof of work to proof of stake, which will, in short, cut down on over 99% of its energy usage because you're not using like the hardware miners to mine it. It's a completely different process. And if he's looking to be progressive and support technology, and Tesla wants to accept something as a currency, why wouldn't Ethereum be accepted when it's going to be the greenest of the three that he owns? Just a thought. So Ethereum is broken right now because the gas fees, everybody wants to use something different, but could be a reason for a huge move if my theory proves right. So we'll see. Ethereum is, of course, holding 32,000 really well. I mean, look at this. Since essentially the 7th of August, it's been trading in the same range. Tried to break out, broke back down. But it's not really giving up any ground. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, if you like today's video, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Please, greatly appreciate it. Other than that, let's end today's video, and we will see you next time. Bye.